All right, guys, let's see what's going on in the world of politics today. Today, I want to kind of talk about a little bit about the debate. I know I kind of talked about that yesterday in my video. I mean, the debate's kind of over now. I think it was probably completely irrelevant. Trump was not on his A game. He definitely wasn't his best. I'd say if there was a scale for Trump, he was on the bottom part of the scale. You know, the thing with Trump is he's easily distracted, and Kamala Harris did a great job distracting him. Kamala Harris also spouted so many lies that were not fact checked by the moderators, which this is probably, I mean, even if you talk to like even more moderate people, they're like, this is like one of the most egregious debates we've ever seen as far as moderators. Every time Trump would say something, they'd come in and say that's not true. But Kamala Harris can say stuff like Charlottesville, Virginia, which we all know is completely untrue, where Trump said there were good people on both sides, not the white supremacists, but people who are protesting the statue removal. And this got debunked by Snopes. It's been debunked by everybody, and she's still spouting that lie. And I have family in Charlottesville, and I know a lot of them were very upset about the statue removal. So, you know, that doesn't make them white supremacists. And that's kind of what liberals do. Anybody who doesn't agree with them is a white supremacist or a racist. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, the gaslighting of the Democrat Party and why I think it's coming to head right now before the elections. I think it's going to blow up in their face. They've been doing it for the last 10 years, and I think people are starting to kind of get fed up with what's going on. So, yeah, as far as the debate, a lot of falsehoods by Kamala Harris. She didn't even answer the first question they asked her, is the economy better off under you? And she completely ignored it because the economy is not better off under her. Nobody can afford anything. Nobody can afford a house. Inflation out of control. So if you're grading the debate on basically presentation as an actress, Kamala Harris showing emotion, being able to relate to other people like her, probably women who are emotional, that's fine. But when most of everything you're saying is a lie, you can't win the debate offline. I don't care. I mean, I realize a lot of people want to say, oh, she looks so good in presidential, but everything was a lie. It's like me coming out and giving a speech tomorrow and saying, hey, I'm Mike. I cured cancer. I came out with this pill that'll make you live 500 years. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I would give money to the homeless. And at the end of the speech, everybody's clapping. Oh, he's so great. Oh, wow, Mike, look at all these things he did. But it turned out everything I said was a lie because nobody was there. Nobody was in the audience. Nobody was moderating me to tell me that I'm full of shit. So that's kind of what's going on with Kamala Harris. Almost everything she said was a lie as far as troops not getting killed under them, the Afghanistan withdrawal. She wouldn't even answer that question. Remember, she was responsible for that. Immigration, she wouldn't answer that. Nothing about it. Basically, oh, everything's fine. Everything's great under the Biden-Harris administration. So I think it was a big fail for her. I think Trump had a lot of missed opportunities where he could have nailed her, where I was kind of like yelling at the screen, like, Trump, why aren't you coming at her for this stuff? I do not think Trump was on his A game. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope if there's another debate, he does better. But with Trump, you get this a lot with Trump, like with these debates. Like sometimes he does pretty good. And other times he just like, he doesn't hit the mark and he rambles and he gets easily distracted. And if Kamala Harris uses this strategy against Trump, where she distracts him by saying stuff like, and I heard that people were leaving your rallies. People aren't staying at your rallies. They're getting bored. Like if you say something that would like with Trump, like he's going to come back and go off on a tangent. And unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do about it. He's just like, he's an old man and he's stuck in his ways and he's very easily triggered. Like I know how to trigger my mom. I know how to trigger older people in my family. Like you say certain things, they're going to get triggered and they're just old and there's nothing you can do about it. So yes, I consider the debate to be a wash. I don't think it's going to affect the polls whatsoever. And we'll see if they do another one. But as of now, I still think Trump is going to win in a landslide. And I think a lot of the swing states are going to end up going Trump, but we still have another month and a half, until the elections. I want to talk about the gaslighting of the Democrats. And it's something that's been going on with Democrats for a very long time. I'm in my area. I'm in Baltimore County, not near, pretty close to Baltimore City, and we have such a problem in the surrounding area, Towson, with crime, inner city black crime coming in from the city on the buses, destroying everything. We had all these new restaurants put in Towson 10, 15 years ago, about a $30 million grant to put in new restaurants, a Bonefish, a Bobby Filet, World of Beer, BJ's, like all sorts of restaurants. And it looked good for about a year. And now all the restaurants have shut down. It's like a ghost town. Like everything's closed down. And it's all because of basically inner city crime. But if you say that, you're pretty much a racist and they gaslight you. I've been into Towson in my area many times where they actually had to lock us into the restaurant because there was so much crime going on outside, looting, black males from the city fighting each other, shootings. We had one black male from the city rape a college girl. I'm right near Towson University. He raped 3 girls at once at gunpoint right in the middle of Towson. And the liberal Democrats are like, oh, how dare you? You're racist. You can't blame this on the city. So like, I think that whole gaslighting thing the Democrats are doing is starting to backfire in their face. So my point is you're starting to see this now with the Haitians. Trump brought up the Haitian thing, J.D. Vance. We've been covering all the stories. You got dead cats. You got body cam video. You got people pleading in the city council meetings. They're killing my cats. They're shitting on my front stoop. They're crashing their cars. It's a disaster. And the Democrats are basically just saying, you are racist. You're racist if you say that. And I think people are getting fed up with it at this point. And I'm kind of glad it's all happening right before the elections. You know, bringing in migrants from all over the world. Like, what do you think is going to happen when you bring in third world migrants into a civilized society? They're going to destroy it. They're going to destroy it. So here's even a news story of this woman. Here's a body cam video right here of the police showing up to a woman. Black woman, she looks Haitian because she ate somebody's fucking cat.
What did you do?
August 16th, Canton police responded to disturbing 911 calls.
She killed the cat and is eating it.
Multiple people reported 27-year-old Alexis Farrell was eating a cat on the 1100 block of 13th Street.
So that's one. I found this other one too, like, because this isn't like about like, oh, we don't like the Haitians. We're just kind of saying, well, they're third world. They practice voodoo. They murder people on the streets. Rape is legal over in Haiti. There's no rules. Here's a woman who's from that area talking about what people from Haiti are up to and what their culture is all about and why it's not commingling with us over here in the good old USA.
My father... And when he immigrated, he was one person and they weren't sending, thousands of Haitians in one area. He wasn't eating people's pets and he didn't practice voodoo. But he did say that most of the island, the majority of the island, does practice voodoo. The reason they eat cats is for 2 reasons. Number 1 is survival. This is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. You can't just go to a food bank like you can here, or just go to McDonald's and get some free or cheap food. Unless, of course, there's a Christian missionary there. People in the United States have a really hard time imagining that type of thing, but it is true. Second, they do animal sacrifices for their religion, voodoo. They make these animal sacrifices to these gods for different reasons. You can do your own research on this. Do I think voodoo is a demonic religion? Yes, I do.
So I'm not going to play the whole thing, but they practice a demonic religion over there at Haiti. The average IQ of a Haitian is about 67. That's borderline retarded. That's just the numbers because there's a lot of inbreeding over there. There's a lot of just disease. And for whatever reason, they haven't evolved. So if you bring over a group of people who like to eat cats, they practice voodoo, and they practice a demonic religion, and you bring in 100,000 of them into your community, what do you think is going to happen? So now, of course, we have problems, people complaining, people at their city council. And all the city council does is tell people they're racist and they're not, and they're crazy. And even on the debate with Donald Trump, that's what they're saying. He brings it up and they say he's crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Like you're a racist for bringing up what they're doing in Haiti. And it's the same thing what they're doing in Springfield. It's the same thing what they've been doing in my area, in Chicago and everywhere with the crime, telling people it doesn't really exist. Because if the Democrats admit that there's a lot of crime, that basically admits their policies have failed. So they're never going to admit that. So what do we have in my area of Towson? All of Towson is shut down. All the restaurants closed down. They still won't admit it's a problem. What do we have here in Springfield, Ohio? We have people living in absolute terror because the city council, who many of them are liberal Democrats, cannot admit their failure. So here's another guy talking about it.
Infrastructure
The accidents on the roads are skyrocketing. People are really concerned about that. I was told there were 3 alone today. The crime rate, if you look at the FBI data, the crime rate from 2019 to 2022 is up 142%. Residents say that is during the time when this kind of influx has come. Residents are saying, like, look, the local town is not listening to us. The state is not listening to us. The feds certainly are not listening to us. I spoke with one resident, Cindy Peck, earlier this morning. She said she's fit to be tied. She's a lifelong resident here. She said across the street from her apartment complex, Haitian immigrants have put up kind of a makeshift garage, like an auto garage, auto body, where they're fixing a lot of these cars that are being kind of damaged around the city. She says she's complained to police. Police have said there's nothing they can do about it. She says it's going all day long and all night.
So it's gotten so bad there, they have special auto repair shops. So you don't think, if a uninsured Haitian hits your car with his stolen car, you're going to have to file a claim with your insurance company and they're going to raise your rates. So they basically have created these auto repair shops where they'll just basically do a half-ass repair on your car so you don't have to claim it through insurance. Because all these guys from the Haitian guys, the immigrants, they don't have insurance and they're hitting your car and they're running away. It's absolute hell what's going on, and I'm glad all the stories are starting to come out now because it's right before the election and people need to hear it. And now today things are getting so bad, and because we're 2 months before the election, you're starting to say that some of the officials in Ohio are saying, wait, we better do something about it or we're going to lose the election. So Ohio is sending troopers and $2.5 million to the city that has seen an influx in Haitian migrants. So now you're starting to see them maybe do something or just say they're doing something because so many people are fed up with what's going on with these migrants. It's not just Haitian migrants. You can say the same thing's happening in Chicago with the Muslims and the Haitians and the African migrants and the Hispanic migrants from Mexico. You're importing third worlders. You're importing third world people into your civilized community. Going back to Towson, the area where I'm from. Why did Towson fail? Because they thought it would be good to import thugs from Baltimore City who gangbang all day and bring them into a civilized town like Towson, and they destroyed it. It didn't take a lot of them. It only took a very small percentage to basically destroy Towson, and now all the restaurants are shut down and nobody hangs out there anymore. And the politician, who his name is Johnny O, around where I lived, does nothing about it. He just says, oh, everything's fine. We're going to send more police in the area, but don't worry. Meanwhile, all the businesses have left. So they did the same thing when I was younger as well. Import Baltimore City thugs into my Baltimore County high school. They imported 5 of them, and those 5 caused so many problems. They all got arrested, and they had to basically lock down the school because they were calling in bomb threats. They were bringing in guns. They were fighting people all day, and that was only 5 Baltimore City thugs in a county high school of 1,000. 5. It only took 5 to destroy that high school. And they actually stopped that program because it was doing so much devastation to the county. Well, think what's happening here in these towns where you're bringing in people even worse than Baltimore City thugs. You're bringing in demonic voodoo people who will eat cats on the side of the road and kill your pet because that's what they like to eat. Give them a little bit of barbecue sauce with it. I mean, it's absolutely insane. So what you're seeing right now before the elections, like I said, the Democrats are gaslighting you. They're telling you that there's not a problem. They're telling you that there's no problem with migrant crime. Everything's great. You're a racist. If you even mention the word migrant, you're a racist. Just like in my area, if you say why are there so many black males from Baltimore City causing so many problems, you're a racist. I always tell the story. I had an Airbnb property in Towson. I have video of it where a bunch of black males from the city in a stolen car crashed into my neighbor's house, caught his house on fire. It was a whole thing. They were running up and down the street. Police were chasing them. It was absolutely scary as shit. And I have it all on video. And I can play you guys a video for that one time. And I actually posted that video on Facebook, and I was called a racist for doing it. So, I mean, you can't win, but I think what's going on right now is people are seeing that the Democrats have gaslighted them, and It's not working anymore. People can see that this migrant situation has destroyed their town. And no matter what the Democrats tell you, how it's not true, Donald Trump made that up about the pets. The migrants, they're great people. They're just here because they want a job. It's not entirely true. A lot of these migrants are third world, voodoo, 67 IQ, and they come from a world where they will rape you. If they see a woman, they rape her. If you tell them the wrong thing, they will kill you. If they see a car on the side of the road, they will steal it. That's the world they come from, and you cannot fix that. There's no assimilating with people like that. Just like what I said, you try to take a Baltimore City thug who gangbangs all day and bring him into the nice part of the county. He will kill you. He will kill you. When I go into Baltimore City, I carry a gun on me when I interview people, when I do background investigations for the police departments who employ me to do background investigations for them. I am armed because they will kill me if I say the wrong thing. So that's what's going on with that. Another story I saw, like with the Democrats, like they're so happy that Dick Cheney has endorsed Kamala Harris, whereas over the last 20 years, they basically were calling Dick Cheney like pure evil and Satan. And, people need to understand about Dick Cheney. Nobody likes Dick Cheney. Republicans don't even like Dick Cheney. He's responsible for the Iraq War, Afghanistan. He gave us George Bush. He gave all those kickbacks to his friends in Halliburton. He might be one of the most disliked person in politics. And a lot of people think he might be Satan. So I don't think they should be bragging about Dick Cheney, endorsing Kamala Harris. And if you notice about Kamala Harris, all of the dirtbag Republicans, the rhinos, are basically endorsing Kamala Harris now. But all of the good Democrats like Tulsi Gabbard and all the other ones who just basically want anti-war, like your old school Democrats who don't want war, they want peace, they want to balance the budget, they're all going over to Trump. So it should tell you something. It's like the evil is going over to Kamala Harris, which I kind of found interesting. It's almost you can't make this stuff up. Like, I don't know, if Dick Cheney was endorsing me, I'd really try to throw that under the rug and not tell anybody about it, because he's such a divisive character, and he's responsible for so much death and destruction. Republican Attorney General for Bush says he will vote for Harris. Again, a Bush guy. These are the guys who went into Iraq all false pretenses, killed about 1 million Iraqis, and are responsible for about 10,000 injured and dead Americans. We don't want you in the Republican Party. Trump has forever changed the Republican Party, okay? That's the old Republican Party that was a loser party. We don't want you. You can go. But the mainstream media trying to brag about that, it's like, come on. Who respects Bush? And Cheney? Nobody cares about them. So that's that. And then you got the mainstream media right here. J.D. Vance spreads debunked claims about Haitian migrants eating pets. So the mainstream media will never admit there's a problem with Haitian immigrants. It will never happen. I bring it back. Towson, gang rapes, murder, looting. The liberal Democrats, nothing to see here. It's so rare. It never happens. What are you talking about? Wait, it was a black male from the city? Racist. So this is what the Democrats have been doing, and that's kind of the theme of this video, gaslighting. When you see something horrible, the Democrats come in and say, you didn't really see that. That's not what's really going on. You are a racist. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a disgusting person. And you're seeing that now, but like I said, the stories are out there. I mean, I can play so many more.
Whose car? Who did this? You did this? Yeah. Yeah, man. This is the third wreck today. We got to do something about this. We need a Anthony Harris for Stark County Mayor. This is the collision.
The one who should have seen us, because we give him the signal.
No, this is this lane. He can turn into here. He's fault. So it's his fault.
So basically, are you filming us exactly because we don't want to do any videos or nothing?
So I mean, there's another video I found on Twitter of just Haitians wreaking havoc in this community. They killed somebody about a month ago on their way to school. They don't know how to drive. They think it's like bumper cars, like, oh, a car, I'll just hit it. And they don't have insurance. So what do they care? So it's a real big problem. And no matter how badly the Democrats are gaslighting you, it's not going to work. I mean, here's another one. Haitian illegal arrested on weapons drug charge. I mean, there's basically like 100 stories. An illegal alien from Haiti who was released in the U.S. Border Patrol has been arrested for a second time on a slew of weapons and drug charges. Like, there's like thousands of articles of what's going on because of Haitian migrants, Hispanic migrants, I mean, wherever. Like Muslims, they've let flow into the country unchecked, where they're essentially doing whatever they want and trying to enforce Sharia law on people. So like I said, I don't think the gaslighting the Democrat Party is doing right now, in desperation, very desperate right now, because there's only 2 months before the election. All the news is coming out, all the devastation and just horrendous crimes that they're responsible for letting all these people into the country unchecked, not enforcing laws because they don't want to be racist. Is backfiring in their face. And I think that's going to be the undoing of the Democrat Party. So even though Trump isn't the strongest candidate in the world, he doesn't always say the right thing. I think people can see, like, wow, this is Kamala Harris. She supported open borders. She supported defunding the police. She supported getting rid of fracking. She was a part of bail funds that will bail out BLM looters during BLM riots. And some of those guys that got bailed out actually ended up murdering police officers. She's a rotten person. And if you watch the debate, she said nothing of substance. She didn't answer any question about the economy or Afghanistan or anything. And I think people can see that now. So that's kind of what's going on. Oh, and looking at the crypto market, because I'm not going to make a separate crypto video because the crypto markets are boring. Bitcoin crypto coming back up to almost 58,000, but we're still in that range. It's boring. I probably won't really be interested in crypto again until after the election. And I don't think crypto is going to do anything anyway until after the election anyway. So buy cheap if you can. Everything's looking great. Everything's still on track for end of the year with Bitcoin. Full-scale bull run. Unless Kamala Harris wins this election, then I'm selling all my crypto because I don't think we're going to get a bull run. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.